my friend from Georgia, Mr. Hice.
I'd like to thank my good friend from Arizona for holding this special order. What an incredibly important issue. You know, over the past year, we have heard nearly on a daily basis accusations of what Russia tries to do to undermine the United States. I think most of my colleagues would agree that Russia's actions over the past 2 years, which include everything from cyber attacks to supporting Assad's bloody regime in Syria, all of it demonstrates that their intention is to disrupt the stability both of the United States and the entire world. But here's the deal. None of this happened overnight. No one in Russia flipped a switch on their foreign policy and suddenly changed from being friendly to the United States to trying to cause us harm. The fact is, the United States did not remain vigilant. Our foreign policy suffered. We ignored the fact that Russian interests and goals are not our interests and goals. Nothing demonstrates this more than the Uranium One case. In 2010, the Committee on Foreign Investments of the United States approved a partial sale, as you've heard this evening, to the Canadian company, and they sold it to the Russian-owned nuclear giant Rosatom. We've heard about all this. 1/5 of our uranium capacity gone. The United States, we've been long aware of the fact that the Russian government's quest is, among other things, to control the production of energy, both at home and in other nations, and then use that energy as a source of leverage during conflicts. Furthermore, striking information, it's been uncovered that federal agents used confidential U.S. witness working inside the Russian nuclear industry to gather extensive evidence that showed Moscow had compromised an American uranium trucking firm with bribes and kickbacks, all, of course, in violation of the law. Rather than bringing these charges up, however, the FBI kept this secret, didn't tell anyone about it for 4 years. That is unacceptable. We need to know why the FBI didn't share this information. Why was this crucial information about Russia's actions in our nuclear energy sector not shared? This is absolutely unacceptable. And then, as we've been hearing tonight, the cases where Russian officials spend millions of dollars to benefit former President Bill Clinton's charitable family foundation while Hillary was Secretary of State. These are all extremely serious allegations. And it is absolutely our responsibility to investigate them. There was a fundamental conflict of interest here, and I think you'd have to be blind not to recognize that. Our Secretary of State was making decisions that impacted the entire world while at the same time receiving massive amounts of money from foreign donations. As the Russians assumed control of Uranium One, the company's chairman was giving tons of money to the Clinton Foundation. And of course, none of this was disclosed as it was supposed to be. So from what we know, the decision to allow the Clinton Foundation to continue soliciting foreign donations was at best naive, if not criminal. This seems to be a pattern of the previous administration. Absolute cluelessness at best. Self-interest, perhaps even worse than that. It's hardly surprising that Russia believed it could pull the wool over our eyes with impunity and malicious behavior. I look forward to this investigation going forward, and again, I thank my friend from Arizona for having this special order, and I yield back.